trust. What can shame you? You are giving it to somebody for free. Giving to someone for free, what can either make or mar you? That is trust. So when God says trust me, He knows that you have those lapses, you've made those mistakes. If you're so enveloped in your lapses and with where you are now, which is not where you want to be or close to the goals you've set, I want you to know that God has seen you before He called you. God knows your end before your beginning. He knows from the next to the last step. So when God says trust me, it's not just because He can do great miracles that questions nature and reality. When He says trust me, it's because He already knows your path. He knows that there'll be a time you'd be very aware of how incapable you are. He also knows that a time will come where your mistakes will start speaking to you loudly than the words that He has told you. He knows that a time will come when you begin to blame your circumstances and everything that is happening around you that is out of place on your lapses. And some of us have held on to mistakes so sacredly, like we've cherished those mistakes not because we want to, but because of the situations we find ourselves in. Those mistakes have become like gold. When you're trusting someone, you're giving to them for free what you've held so close to your heart, what is so sacred, what is so holy, what you can't share with anybody. You are giving it to them for free. That's why we should be careful with the kind of people we trust. What can shame you? You are giving it to somebody for free. Giving to someone for free, what can either make or mar you? That is trust. So when God says trust me, He knows that you have those lapses, you've made those mistakes, you've been in this place. So when God says trust, it's not just saying trust with the fact that it's actually true that I do great things. I rained manna from heaven for the Israelites. Not just because I do things out of the ordinary. Not just because I do things that are in contrary to nature and reality. When God says trust me, He is speaking to you and every other thing that stands in between you and His word. All the unbelief and all the doubt. God says trust me. He's literally asking, give my word a chance in your life. And you see the Israelites, when He told the Israelites to start their journey, He knew that they will encounter a Red Sea, but He still told them to go. So what did He want to show them? What was He trying to tell them? It's not about you and what you can do, because you cannot do it. All those big things God has been telling you, cannot do it. Check yourself now. Check your current status. Check your current position and your current level. All those things He's telling you, cannot do it. It's not about you. It's not about what you're capable of. It's not about your ability. It's about the lifting power of His word. And how do you trust Him? Just believing. And I know it's easier to believe what you see than what you don't see, because half of the things God has told you, you've not seen them. What you can see is every situation that is contrary to His word is probably what you can see. And that's why it's even more difficult to believe in Him. But I would like to ask a question. How many times have you perceived a person to be good because the person appeared to be good, and then eventually you realize that that person is the opposite of whom you perceive that person to be? Many times did we think we could put our hands into some things and they would work out because it was obvious that they would work out. But at the end of the day, they did not work out. With trusting, you must learn to see beyond. That's why the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, ate manna, food from heaven. They saw cherubim and seraphim with their 2 eyes, but at the ending of the day, God still had so many problems with them simply because they could not trust Him. 40 days journey turned to 40 years. Lack of trust can also prolong the journey. So trusting God is not just believing that He can do mighty works. Yes, He's a God of mighty works. But can you let go of yourself? Can you stop thinking about how far you've come and how further you should be? Can you stop looking at what you have now and think about what God has said He will place in your heart? Break from the shackles of your personality. Oh God, I'm like this. God, I'm like that. God, I'm like. He knows what you are like. Before you were born, I knew you. He knows. But He still told you you'd be this. I will put you here. I will take you there. So trusting is letting the fragile part of your faith into God's hands and collecting His word. The more you believe in something, the more it becomes your reality. So what do you choose to believe in?